Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Worthy tribute.
Hello, hello. I'm just getting things set up and waking up. Or at least rushing into this. I've been watching for a little bit. I just wanted to get my... I think my camera's being a bit funny, so... But for those who are going to tune in, maybe later during a VOD, or currently as I'm speaking, I want to say hello. Hope you guys are having a really cool night. This is a pretty exciting series that's happening here. I think it is a best of two between Souls and I can't quite remember the other team's name. Sorry, Leto, right? I think that's how you pronounce it. Leto or Leto? Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
Now, I think both of these teams haven't really dropped the game yet, right? Both of them are on 4 victories. So this is a pretty important match. Regardless, I think they're both going to go through in like an upper bracket. But based on the last like few moments of me watching this, which has been maybe like 6 to 7 minutes, both of these teams are very competent, right? They the way that they're kind of like working together. I'm assuming they must have been playing together for a while. Or at least like have known each other for quite some time on both sides, right? If I'm looking at each draft, I have confidence in Dire's draft actually, because I believe if they can survive and if they can draw out these fights, I think it is a little bit more better for them. Radiant, I mean, they've got a pretty decent lineup as well. They've got a lot of burst damage, a little bit more than I believe Dire. However, it is kind of evenly matched, right? You got the Chronosphere into the ulti from the Quap. The Warlock as well kind of backs it up too. It's really good. And then on the other end of the spectrum here, we have you know, a lot of physical damage coming out from Radiant, right? And the lockdown setup for Ursa is really good, as well as Invoker. So I'm pretty excited to see both of these teams kind of ticking a lot of boxes in regards to like what you need in like you know, a pretty good all-round kind of team of Dota right now. Net worth pretty even on both sides. With Ursa being up the top, we have Roshan #1 being pressured, but I think this is Team Leto. I'm not sure how to pronounce people's names, so if I say things wrong, I apologize. I apologize.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
Ooh. I do say that regardless of like late game for both teams being really good, obviously, right, we kind of focus on some really key spells, and the key spells that I can see here, if we're comparing ultis, is Chronosphere is huge, Warlock Fatal Bonds, as well as the Chaotic Offering is going to be crazy later on, as well as the mobility that comes with Underlord, right? They're going to have, I think there's going to be a little bit more kind of tools for them to use in the later game for Souls here. So I mean, perhaps, you know, Radiant or Leto, sure, they can win late game, absolutely, right? Especially if Ursa goes Ags this game, and which is exactly what he's queued up, right? So in case he gets Chronosphered, he can pop that ulti to reduce a lot of the damage that is inevitably going to happen to him. So it's a really good choice here. However, you know, is it enough to really save the day? I'm not too sure. Because if he survives in Chrono, that's excellent. But I think Faceless Void, as well as most of Souls right now, they're probably wanting to just ulti the other heroes instead and kite the Ursa. Speaking of team fights and stuff like that, I mean, Snowboarder saves looking pretty good here, but it's only going to, yeah, lead them into a little bit more depth. But we have a Chronosphere on the sidelines. Svoka getting grabbed by it. The Axe Core doesn't quite save him. 3 for 2 trade-offs so far, with Void having to back off slightly. Looks like this is a positive exchange here for Souls. Please correct me if I get team names wrong or anything like that. I think this is Souls, right? Let me double check. I'm gonna look on Liquidpedia really quickly. So there's Leto, yeah, Leto and Souls. So yeah, I'll do it whilst you guys can have a look at what's going on. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, Souls might be. Yeah, this is Souls. I was correct. Cool. Excellent, excellent. All right, late to the party, but regardless, we're gonna see some really cool Dota from some really awesome teams right now. 3k net worth, 12 to 19, 20 minutes in, so the Tormentor will go to the side of Radiant right now, and Tusk will pick up that juicy shard. Not like the best shard in the game, but certainly pretty good. Helps him kind of farm up a little bit. Can trap people a little bit longer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think a lot of this game is can they kite the Ursa and kill everyone else on Souls here? My answer, short answer, yeah, probably. Right? Even if they use the Chrono to hold down the Ursa and he doesn't die in it, you know, can feel a little bit lackluster, but if it allows him to, you know, or Souls to kill the rest of the enemy, that's absolutely worth it. Ideally, I think Hunter's goal here, and I believe he's, yeah, in doing so, you know, getting the Mjolnir eventually, just attack speed. He wants to kind of take out most of these other heroes here, right? Most of the supports can die pretty quickly. Invoker's a beautiful target, right? I believe it is the mid Invoker, who's gone for a less defensive build, right? So a little bit greedy for the Invoker to pick up these items here. He's got a few stats to him, but he can certainly die in a Chrono. There's no way of saving many heroes here. You don't have an Aura Builder. You don't have Greaves getting picked up by anyone, it seems. So these Chronospheres, I think, are either going to make or break the game. Speaking of which, and let's get a nice stun onto Dan here, and he's getting manipulated a little bit, but look at Eva in the back lines. However, Noob does manage to kind of dish out, or get out of harm's way a little bit, kiting the Ursa, and Ursa, a lot of wasted time here. A huge amount of wasted time, and he actually holds the Chronosphere for the Ursa himself, but he does, I think, get the ulti off in time, so not a lot of damage going out to him. Beautifully timed. Eva playing the Ursa beautifully there. Not overdoing it, not clicking it too early, and now he'll come back in. Both teams kind of playing a little bit of cat and mouse here with their spells, and I mean, it looks like Radiant are coming out on top. We do have a buyback that came out from the Clockwork. He didn't manage to get back in time. That was really huge.
And it's off.
It was a little bit deep. They did, you know, kill the Axe. He was a little bit tankier than they would have hoped. Grab Roshan. Eva grabbing that Aegis there. Now, I wonder if the Ags... I think the Ags was purchased prior to Chrono. Yeah, prior to that fight. So he must have used it during the Chrono. I dare say Hunter probably not going to Chrono him again. There's nothing else that kills this Ursa. It's actually really cool to look at this, right? Because there's so many different layers to Dota. And, you know, as much as I've kind of glazed up Dire's draft a little bit and talked about how they win, it is a very nice Ursa game. A really nice Ursa game. There's not much burst, right? And he can hold on to his ulti. Now that he's up the Ags, this is... Yeah, there's almost going to be, like, 90% of the time, Eva's probably going to live through most of, like, what they throw at him, and he's able to get back into the fight again. We just saw it happen then. Now that he's got Aegis as well, it makes it even harder. They need to kill everyone and kite Ursa. That's got to be the plan. Which, you know, I think they're kind of adapting to. They've managed to kind of do that a little bit. Right, you've got Ghost Scepters on some heroes. They're going to lose 2 heroes, unfortunately, mid. Still sticking around to this mid area. I mean, I think they need to respect the Aegis a little bit more. Let them get these tier 2s. Like, farm out your kiting items against Ursa. Your Scepter's fine. Ghost Scepter's fine. I wonder if Ursa's thinking about getting a Nullifier. It doesn't look like he'll need it. Basher's probably fine enough. We're still sticking around these. There's some Some mistakes that probably shouldn't be happening here from Souls. I think they know a little bit better. Okay. They know a little bit better. Ultimately, like I said, highlighting the later the game goes, the more powerful Warlock is, the more powerful Underlord is with his kiting ability, the more powerful the Chronosphere is. We've got to make sure that we're looking at all of these spells. However, it's a damn good Ursa game. It's a really good Ursa Ags game. He's already picked up the Ags. We just saw it work, you know, in that previous fight. He grabbed Aegis from it. And I think for the next 3 minutes, Dire, I think they're going to have to concede these towers and just farm up some pretty useful items. I don't think you can take these fights unless Ursa is away from everybody else. And even post Aegis, say Aegis is gone, right? You can't afford to use things on Ursa. He just dies, and that's not a good death there. Unfortunately, Hunter, yeah, going down, trying to farm up the best visibility there, but yeah, they got to kite the Ursa, they got to chrono the other heroes. They've got damage to kill them, and they're still sticking around. They're really kind of crumbling a little bit under the pressure, choking a tiny bit here on Souls. They're not really respecting them at all. They need to ease up a little bit. So all of a sudden, right, game was pretty even for the first, 20 minutes of, but now since this mid-fight, since this Aghanim's pickup, Ursa is just completely green light, let's go. And I think it's really cool for Team Leto to understand this. They're trying to take as much as they can, as quickly as they can. Not giving them a chance to breathe or anything. And I think it shows with a little bit of nerves possibly here from that previous fight. Right? They're going to commit anyway. They will throw the Chronosphere down and take out the Pos 4, but I mean, now that's no Chrono for a while, and meanwhile you actually lost your Clockwork down bottom. Regardless of the Jakiro being dead, I'm not sure if they're waiting for a certain item, but I think I'd like to see Leto just group up right now. Right? They absolutely can group up right now. Chronosphere's gone for 100 seconds. Over 100 seconds. Perhaps they're waiting for something. Maybe the Invoker Blink? I mean, even gonna get a Lincoln Sphere. I'm not sure if a Lincoln Sphere is necessary, but I don't mind it on Ursa. I think it's okay. He's just going to be unkillable. They really can't kill him. They have to kite him. Right? They have to kite him this game. I wonder why they're not breaching high ground yet, though. Age is going to expire, so Age is done. Tier 2 still stands bottom. 15k, though. Let's not forget. Maybe like 10 minutes ago, it was even. So 15k net worth in towards Radiant's favor there. They'll smoke up post the Aegis. This triangle's really important here. I mean, they've got that Observer Ward, but Shushu farming nearby. That smoke's gonna pop. They call, but a nice blink away. However, I mean, the burst damage from the Invoker does take out the weak little Pos 5, unfortunately, and then they kill the carry again, Hunter too. And they are really on Souls. They've kind of crumbling yet again. Another death here. I mean, no Chrono for 30 seconds regardless, but these are some deaths that just shouldn't be happening, I don't think. No buyback. Not that you want to use buyback now. Has he got Ags yet at Underlord? No, not quite. He's still a little bit away from that. And he'll have to save for buyback himself. They're just trying to delay the best they can. They don't have their Chrono. I think this is so brave. It's a very brave thing that they're doing. They're trying to delay as much as they can so they can get a good Chrono, kite the Ursa. But man, they're playing with fire here because Radiant, they're strong. That made me a little bit nervous. That Clockwork could have died there after that hook shot. Alright, smoke out from Souls. They got to get it right. They need to burst everybody else and just dodge this very scary teddy bear. Good tenacity here from Leto. They'll back off knowing that they're probably Probably smoked out and, you know, roaming around. Evoker would be a nice kill as Ray X. They notice the Forged Spirits nearby. They can't find anyone. Very unfortunate use of the smoke there. Doesn't result in anything. Wonder if we'll check out... Yeah, we'll have a look at buyback status, because it's going to be quite important. Double damage does spawn top. See if anybody has a squiz of that. They've established a bit of vision here on Dire. They want to try to hold some sort of high ground spot. How are we on Warlock? What's he got going to him? Nothing so far, unfortunately. A few lines are getting drawn. I mean, this ward's been here before. They lost their carry, and without dewarding it, yeah, they'll lose another hero. They must know that that's warded now. As another kill, Lizard, as Eva takes that one. Voka providing a lot of knowledge. This is a nice ward, by the way. A really good spot to have it. Double damage gets pinged out. Dan does let his team know, and we might see Ursa go and pinch that in a moment. He's a little bit away from it, though. Clockwork as well. Yeah, they're really bleeding. They're bleeding a little bit too much here on Dire. Like, that mid-fight was pretty unfortunate for them, but since then, they haven't really managed to bandage the wounds. They've had a few deaths, but there we go. We'll have Jakiri. You don't want to be using it. Ooh, they're going to commit the ulti. Could they have used him? Well, there's the ulti used from the Warlock. So we got no rock right now. He'll use that to push out. I wonder if they take a fight now that Jakiro's gone. They still have high ground advantage here. Quap actually on the high ground, cosplaying as the ward, you could say. 27-23, but that's a 22k net worth lead. That rune will despawn, unfortunately. It will be an arcane rune now. Still dead for 15 seconds. Clockwork, they're going to use that aggression, the aggressive vision, sorry, that they had before. Snowball out, Clockwork in a bit of trouble. They're going to try to force Eva to use this ulti Invoker with a nice tornado onto two heroes. Dire, they're getting kited a little bit. Ursa waiting for a good opportunity to jump in. X does get rooted up, and he will snowball. He's delaying, but he might go down. He should tick down here. And that's a pretty good start here for Dire. Warlock needs to get out of harm's way. Trying their best to maybe pop this this ulti from the Ursa, or at least get a nice chrono onto some other heroes. Invoker would be absolutely worth it with hook shot. They're going to use it on him. No, not quite. He will. He kind of baits him into it. Hunter, there's a buyback from Tusk, but he's got an Aeon Disc, a fresh Aeon Disc, and I don't think they expected that at all. Meanwhile, north of the fight a little bit, kiting Ursa the best they can, using up multiple times. The roots are coming through. Invoker ulti comes through. They take out two heroes. Warlock and Hunter goes down. And man, Radiant, they're just a few steps ahead here. I mean, Souls are doing a pretty good job, but it's not good enough. The Aeon Disc, now who do you chrono? You know, there's two really extraordinary fights that needed to go well. First, this mid lane, this mid fight here with the Ursa Ags. Now you've got the chrono with the Aeon Disc on the Invoker. Very frustrating for Hunter. Very frustrating. Not sure. I'm pretty sure they didn't know that he had Aeon, and now kind of deja vu. Another victory, another Aegis stolen or taken. Sorry. As well as what else was that? There's only Roshan number 2, right? Yeah. They have the banner. I wouldn't be surprised if they just mega creeps here. Yep, Warlock shows his face a little bit. He'll go down. And it's looking like game 1 is probably going to go in the way of Leto right now. They'll buy back on the Warlock. He does have Rock and Fatal Bonds, and he very bravely TPs kind of forward, yeah. Ursa able to pop the ulti. He's absolutely fine. It will run out eventually. He takes out the clockwork. The control's really nice from Lizard, actually, and Eva might be in a bit of trouble, though. It is Aegis. The snowball kind of preventing the death on him. The scream, it does get avoided, and this is a very interesting snowball. Keeping the Ursa alive, he will drop Aegis #1, finally. Chrono, 16 seconds. Voka does get a nice double kill onto 2 heroes. They've got 3. They don't have buybacks on anyone, and before we can get Chrono off, it's going to be game #1 going towards Leto there. As Souls, unfortunately, as soon as that Aghanim Scepter got picked up, it just made it so much harder to kill this Ursa. And then the next best target got an Aeon Disc, you know? What can you do? Quite unfortunate. But Leto takes game #1. Really well played by them. I did join kind of like 17 to 18 minutes in, but both of these teams, yet again, they look really competent, right? I can see the cohesion that they use when they play together. It's really cool. I will be like checking out game 2 kind of straight away, but I want to like see what other teams are doing right now, which we have. I'm not sure if this is a bug. I think maybe there was a remake. Yeah, there must have been a remake here. I'm gonna squiz on Liquidpedia and see what we got. What should we? Who should we check on, eh? What should we check on? We'll have a look, because there's 3 sets of series happening right now, right? Maybe I'll check out Avalanche, right? So we've got Souls, Leto. What is it looking like? This is an important game. Right? Actually, no, I think this other one is. CZ. Who's CZ? Who are these guys? Where are they? Cappy Zebra. I think I want to check out the Avalanche and Cringe. I'll have a quick look at that because they're kind of even, right? Yeah, let's have a look. If it lets me, I don't know. I'm waiting to watch game. How far are we into this? Half an hour almost. 7k net worth for Avalanche. Looking pretty good. Get the command up. Yes. No, I haven't casted for Avalanche, but I have casted for these guys. I can't remember what they call themselves. It was something different. Alright. Blanket term, what are we looking at, right? We're looking at a cheesy Huskar, which was not mid. Because Zeppelin plays mid. Was it an offlane Huskar, I guess? Interesting. Now, Huskar, I mean, you guys watching, we all know Huskar's a bit of a cheesy pick. So to see a Huskar be 5 at 8 and 4, not necessarily what you'd hope for if you pick Huskar, right? He usually dominates the lane and kind of snowballs from there. And takes over, you know, this first half an hour of a Dota game usually. But it hasn't quite come to fruition. However, you do have a very beefy Pudge, and I don't know what position the Pudge is. I've got a feeling it was meant to be a pos 4. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure ATX is the 4. I can't remember. Regardless, you know, BKB Pudge with Ags. We'll have a mid-team fight, actually, as Monkey fortunately dies. There is a nice coil from the puck, but no follow-up damage, unfortunately. Oh, it's a support Monkey. Okay. A 2 and 9 support Monkey. It looks like this top lane for Radiant didn't quite go as swimmingly as they wanted it to. I think it's the 5 Enchantress. Yeah, it might very well be the carry Pudge. Oh. Meanwhile, you know, on Avalanche Esports, they do have a quite aggressive early lineup, right? You know, you've got the Spirit Breaker, the Viper usually wins this lane, Skywrath, Beastmaster. These heroes are meant to take like this is a very obvious draft of we're gonna take towers very early. I mean, you can see he's already got poison attack, lowers the armor and can affect buildings. That paired up with the Beastmaster, yeah, it's don't expect anything less than them to like take all these towers by half an hour. You've got 2 more tier 2s. Roshan is dead for now. I'll have a quick switch over after this fight here. Nice hook from the Pudge. Viper tries to get out of position, but he should be okay with the BKB as well. But ooh, Beastmaster taking a lot of damage here. Few stacks of the burning, silenced currently. He might have to BKB and ulti, and I'd like to see if he can hold it for the Puck specifically. However, Puck he does have the Lincolns, so he probably can't. He might have to just do It's Too Bad. Most of these heroes are probably going to live through this Beast Roar. Maybe Too Bad will die. But he's got a fresh BKB too. Scarroth with a mechanism. It's an awkward time to pause, isn't it? Phoenix making his way, doesn't have the dive. So regarding the numbers, it looks like Radiant will have more for a short period of time. I want to jump to the other game, right? To the draft, the next game, but I also don't want to miss out on this team fight here. This could be a good victory for Radiant right now. Oh. Go, never mind. Yeah, no. All right. Well, Phoenix is back. It's the Beastmaster that's the problem. Unfortunately, has disconnected at a pretty crucial time. He'll have to click that BKB straight away. Checking out some MMRs here. I don't know if I remember this guy. He might be a stand-in. Let's see if he BKBs in time. He will. He'll turn the Roar, but the Lincoln Sphere was thrown onto the Huskar from the Puck. So that is a very unfortunate thing to happen there. ATX still dishing out a lot of damage. There is a nice egg. It's not going to get killed. 3 for 2. But I mean, ultimately, regardless of the Raw not being too good, it looks like they're gonna outfight them here, and I think a lot of that is courtesy. Yeah, this Pudge is pretty big. I mean, Puck throwing that Lincoln's on actually was huge. All right, let's have a look and let's see if this. See if this is happening, right? They'll be drafting now. Yeah, I learned from the last time I casted for this. They're really quick on it, right? These guys, they're pretty speedy in regards to like not taking a break or anything. All right. What are we going for now? So Leto, they're 1 game up. I think the standings are not going to be too affected by this game, by this series. But I mean, obviously, these are the 2 teams that we'll have a look now have just not really lost a game at all, at least in their group, right? Yeah, not dropped a game at all. So if anything, these 2 teams are still going to be at the top. But there's going to be a lot of like kind of bragging rights a little bit, or a little bit of a more of a morale boost, I guess, for the victor of this. Which I mean, they can't. Well, the only possibility is still best of 2, I believe. So possibility is Leto getting getting another game and it being a 2-0, or it could be a draw. Okay, so what do we have here? We have
Seconds
Tusk,
remaining.
Shadow Demon, and Dawnbreaker. So a decent amount of kind of reactionary heroes, right? You've got multiple saves actually, which is really cool. The Dawnbreaker, well, all three of these heroes have the capacity to save. Initiation on Tusk is pretty alright.
Radiance turn to battle.
Sven stands ready.
I actually really like the Sven. The Sven pairs up pretty well. Meanwhile, Leto, they have
Dire's ban.
they've actually pinched the Underlord themselves. They've got, yeah, Voka, Jakira, Underlord. I think Ray X picking the Invoker again is fine. They'll wonder if Souls will try to counterpick the Invoker.
10 seconds remain. It is Radiance ban.
They lack a little bit of right click on Leto, so Ursa's gone. I wonder if they'll go for someone like, he hasn't really been touched too much, but like Lifesteal is not too bad. The Clinks is still kind of popular these days. It kind of can avoid a bit of what they have here on Radiant. Maybe someone who can poke and kind of bait out these spells, like these saves, would be really nice.
5 seconds.
It's a bit unorthodox, but perhaps Ricky isn't too bad. Meanwhile, for Souls, they'll need a mid laner, preferably some sort of cheese hero that can make a lot of space, that will possibly force Leto to react, and then Dawnbreaker can come in and punish that. I mean, Huskar's fine. Ember's not too bad. Is he in the pool still? Huskar's banned, actually.
Radiant must choose.
They banned the Slardar. Okay. I don't know if they would have picked another melee carry. There's not too many ranged heroes, I don't think, that can
10 seconds.
beat Voka.
5
You know what?
seconds
Nah.
remain.
I was gonna say Storm Spirit, but there's so much, right? There's so much. Lena. Okay. That's kind of cool. I don't mind it.
Templar Assassin.
No go for TA. Yeah. I am not sure Lena. I think Lena's okay. I just wonder if there was someone else who was a little bit more mobile, right? Who could force a lot of the reaction from Leto. Lena has the ability to do this, maybe. Good morning, Vic. Hello.
5
Yes, it is morning. Why am I live? That's a great question. It's the morning, which is completely crazy time for me to be streaming. I am actually kind of torn here. They do lack a little bit of burst early. They really need either to get like Deso, get his items kind of swiftly. We've got a decent amount of save here on Souls. I'm not sure. I don't know. How does the lane look though? I mean, TA against Dawn is kind of like whatever. You know what'd be interesting? If they swap maybe the pos 5 and 4 round. Every hero beats Invoker in lane. Changed my mind. Well, he was first picked. I wonder if
Prepare for battle.
yeah. Well, I mean, I like the confidence here to pick Voker again. I mean, they last pick. They picked the Lena, right? So they knew they were up against the Voker. They'll go for a Lena. I don't know if there was someone else that could have done more. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I mean, look, this is a pretty high level Lina player, so it's certainly I want to watch this mid lane, right? Because this was a Voker first pick, right? So you go for Lina, so you're anticipating yourself to, usually either go toe to toe or beat the Voker in lane. Lina can do this for sure.
Just 30 seconds.
Yeah, Lena's lane needs to go very well. I mean, Tusk eventually will get a Blink Dagger. Sven might get a Blink Dagger. It's a classic build, usually does. I wonder if actually... Yeah, but they've got a decent amount of saves here. That's the, if I'm kind of comparing these two drafts, both late game have late game potential for sure. I think there's a little bit more survivability on Radiant, right? They've got the heal, they've got the save, they'll have the bonus armor from Sven, which actually, level 4, let's have a look, right? 14 bonus armor. I think there is, yeah, plus, if you get the +8 on that, TA does hurt a lot, but it's absolutely enough to kind of save a support for sure. So that bonus armor is really good. They do pick the TA last, so they knew that they were up against the Sven. They'll pick TA anyway. I think I can see Dire's heroes getting deleted by Sven and dying quicker than Radiant's. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my conclusion. I believe that maybe Dire have more of a window that they have to actually kind of snowball in this game. Radiant can kind of relax a little bit. I can see, yeah, Sven's going to be able to just completely obliterate heroes like Willow, heroes like Jakiro, and even the Invoker at some stages. They're going to set up for maybe First Blood on Eva here. Eva... They're setting up 4 heroes. They really want to kill Eva, but I think Eva, yeah, kind of sniffed something out. Or might be a little bit hesitant. We do have a courier that might be spotted by Sven here. Yeah, he's going to kill the courier, so... Those tangos are dead! Oh no! That's funny. We'll get the last hits up. Alright. Now, I think I would have liked to see them throw the Tusk down here. Very simply because there's not much kill potential up top. I think if you have Disruptor here, you can dispel and take off some of Jakiro's annoying spells, right? So Jakiro's going to throw a lot of these spells onto the Dawn. You can reset the Dawn by disrupting him with the Shadow Demon, sorry. And maybe if you've got Tusk down here, you ignore the Dark Willow or go on her, and you use that that tag team to kill people. Speaking of tag team killing people, they killed the carry with it. They must have hit level 2 first. But these spells are not on cooldown. That's crazy. That is also, also not to forget, tag team and Starbringer. This is a physical spell, so it works on every hit. So it's a quick 1, 2, 3. And they're gonna do it again. Why not? Yeah, that's alright. Never mind. Tusk doesn't need to be bottom. It's working up top anyway. A little bit of a blunder here from Dire. I think they needed to respect that a little bit more. You get close enough and you probably will die. TA, a little bit more survivability there with the refraction. However, bottom, not much of a kill lane at all. There's probably going to be a bit of a boring lane, right? If anything, it's going to be maybe one support being out of position and dying. I think Noob's job here is to just, kind of poke out and get X away from Hunter. Because out of these two heroes, I think X can harass the carry a bit more. And then maybe just stack. Just use it, yeah, sort of stack these ones down here. Sven. But what is the lane that I said we wanted to watch? That was this mid lane, because we did pick Lina last, or Lina against the Evoker first pick, which is turning out pretty okay, which is a level ahead. A few last hits ahead as well. Yeah, the Dragon Slave just harass. Ray's gonna have a bit of a rough time. Look at that, yeah. This is to be expected though. We had those 3-minute lotuses come up. It looks like I don't know who picked it up on this. Yeah, Dyer picked it up there. Very, very early rotation from N. Yeah, they wanna have this, and he did this last game, I think, actually, as well. As yeah, they'll get a kill there. This mid lane, they want to kind of use the aggression from Lina to kind of snowball and take over, and start to rotate very early with the Laguna Blade. So yeah, good rotation from N. They already got a few kills for Lizard. Lizard's fine. They're gonna kill him again. This is actually really good. But Lina needs a little bit more mana. And this is fine. Being away from your Dawn isn't too bad. Gets solo XP. Quicker, you know, Solar Guardian's going to come quicker. He gets the ward down. Traps him, but Lina isn't nearby, unfortunately. So he's just going to harass Ray a little bit. Gets a D ward, though, so it's almost worth it now. Lizard. I mean, they know that he's alone, so they're gonna harass him a little bit. Meanwhile, mid, they're still annoying. Poor Ray. Understands that they're using a lot of resources against him, but equally so, Lizard. Pressuring Donnie a little bit. He has to get out of the way. 3 for 0. 5 minutes approaching now. He'll heal his buddy up. Radiant are playing really well here. They could very well kill this POS 5 Jakiro. Pretty brave. Not quite. Six minutes are going to approach soon. We have Noob who come for a rotation, but does manage to pinch the ward, so a bit more money for him, and he'll head back down bottom. Meanwhile, the creeps, they're under the tower. They're probably going to try to kill Donnie here. There is a rotation coming out from the Dark Willow, and Donnie does manage to get out of harm's way. Roots onto multiple heroes here, and Donnie on a slither of HP lives. Lizard, Sunstrike. And that aggression eventually gets punished just before 6 minutes as well. Haste rune. Looks like Shushu's going to grab it. Meanwhile, Sven having a pretty fun time here. 45 compared to the 33 on Dan. And Ray, half HP. Noob is nearby. So is N. They find him. He's in the tree lines. He says, I'm going to need some help here. Dust. Yeah, good. Easy kill, easy kill. 4 for 2. 7 minutes is approaching. Pretty happy if you're Radiant right now. And Shushu actually rotates bottom. The Laguna is committed. Dan, a little bit tanky. But he should go down. No levels in the Light Strike away, but he won't need it. And this Lina off to a beautiful start here, as anticipated or as planned from Souls. Find another kill here. It's Donnie. This Lizard verse slowly approaching level 6. It feels like it should be more than 1k net worth, but we're very early into the game, but yeah. Just everything's going quite right for Souls. Again, continuing with this bombardment here in this mid lane. He's got another set of dust. You got to be careful not to dive tier 2s like this, though. Yeah, well, the ulti will come out from the Dawn. It will set up for Donnie, but they've already got what they wanted. TP out. No, the root. really big, or really respectful amount of aggression here from Souls.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
And the thing is, like, this aggression's been happening, right? And usually in Dota, if you're not at capacity to respond quick enough, or if, you know, if it's just not going well for you, you lose the tower there. Usually you want to try to counter and, like, you know, mirror that action somewhere else, but Dire haven't really been doing that. However, we might have a bit of hope here as they've stuck around on Radiant and it's given them time to respawn, come back in, and this POS 5 only just lives. Okay, hold that thought, they're still going. Donnie's going to go down as well, maybe. No, not quite. Alright. Bit of breathing room. Level 8 compared to level 6, Shushu. Playing very far forward with the infused raindrops as well. Just guaranteeing some survivability there. But what are Dire doing in return, right? You've got a TA that's kind of farming, well, is free farming. Lizard can't really keep up now, right? The minus armor is too much, because look, a few hits and he's in trouble. He actually might die here, and he's going to hold the stun here on Donnie. Does manage to get it on 2. This is probably going to be 2 deaths, actually. Tries to snowball his way and kite as best he can. The Invoker, though, will pinch the kill. So the trade-off is Eva having a pretty fun time. They've taken this mid tower, though, so now I think, you know, Souls, they don't have to be here anymore. We're gonna watch what does Shushu do now, right? What is his goal? He's taken the mid tower. I think it's now, you know, he did get a kill down bottom. I think it might be time for them to try to kill, or try to open up the top lane. And we'll see what they decide to do, right? There's multiple things they can do. 10-minute runes are spawning. Speaking of minutes, we'll have a look at the net worth. Yeah, Sven's up the top. No deaths to his name. One thing that's really cool that I respect about this Sven player here, Hunter, is a lot of the time, if you are you're doing pretty well in your lane, often you can kind of like tunnel vision and just stay there for a bit too long. I do like that Sven's moved. Sure, it does there is a dead lane here that should be getting farmed. However, he's farming near his team who he knows is going to, you know, they've made the call to push top. So he's nearby, he can run to them if he wants to. And there's no chance for them to smoke and gank him. Right? Hunter's just kind of playing top for now. And speaking of ganking, well, they do find Eva, but they'll settle for Donnie, which is probably a good thing for Dire right now. The tower goes down much quicker than I thought it would. But this movement from Sven, right, he knows that his team were going to move top, so he kind of plays with him. He probably shoved this lane once and then went. There's just no window for Leto to get any sort of consolation prize here. The only thing that they're getting is, like, TA's kind of farming. But even still, now that's even harder, right? They're quite, they're slowly sinking, I think, on Leto. I mean, look at this net worth of all these heroes. They're slowly sinking. And the thing is, you know, in looking at the draft, you've got a farming hero, right? You've got your carry, but the one hero that needed to kind of get things done and get the ball rolling has completely just been kind of bullied out of lane and has no capacity to do anything right now, right? The best thing he can do is a Sunstrike. Aghanims is queued up. No Rod of Atos yet. He's going to try to farm his way up to the Hand of Midas, you know, with the Hand of Midas. They're in recovery position right now for Leto. They got to try to not lose too many towers or too many map control. But as I say it, look at this aggression here. You know, they've got so much vision up top. It's only a matter of time before they take out this TA. Sven, yeah, first item after, or, you know, third item first, actually. He's going to be the Blink. Shushu, going for the right-click kind of build, it seems. $2K net worth ahead. Yeah, what can Dire do? They, you know, no smokes are really happening for any ganks. They don't really have the capacity to do anything yet. Not much. They just have to kind of react and hope that Dire overcommit and be a bit overzealous and Two supports now, hunting north, looking for this TA. They do know that TA, they should have seen TA under the ward here, and actually TA is going to run to them, it seems. Run right into the hands of them. They are under the tier 2, the ulti coming out from the Dawnbreaker as well. They're going to dish out a lot of damage onto Eva, and Eva will go down. The cavalry do come in, and they're going to try to get some return kills. Beautiful double fear. The disruption, though, to kind of help out the Tusk, or possibly help him die, unfortunately. So far, the trade-off is only one for the carry. Lizard in a bit of trouble. He might be able to distance himself with the hammer. And a nice dispel coming out from Noob. As they quick and clean, they take out the carry and kind of avoid any more conflict. But as I say that, Shushu, pretty brave. Got to be careful. 10 for 7. And that's a lot of TPs used, actually, as well. I really love... so much respect for this Dawn player. So many Dawns kind of hold on to the ulti, right? You have to use it defensively, you know, it's a saver. No. He uses it aggressively, you know. He knows that they're going to jump on him. Uses it for that stun and that, you know, follow-up damage. It's really good. Not a lot of Dawns are into doing that. It's a very brave thing to do. Because it can turn out pretty bad. Uh-oh. Speaking of bad, Lizard. I mean, get a blade mail and try to fight this one off, but no. Gets kind of cornered there. A good kill for Eva. Meanwhile, End. Snowball is going to land onto him, but the rest of the team are having to kind of tiptoe through the little maze here. So it's going to result in the follow-up not quite being there. You get XPs. Oh, Sunstrike. It does land on the noob. He does live on 30 HP there. Oh, Lizard with a kill on Donnie. X moving quite aggressively forward. He does have some friends to back him up. Let's see if he can trap anyone. N does have the ulti. He's rooted, so unable to snowball, and he's probably going to go down before the... Oh no, Lizard as well. Not really taking that fight very well. They do have a decent amount of crowd control on Leto, so it's a good combination of the Dark Willow as well as the Underlord, right? The roots are quite pesky. Good set of kills there. But it looks like, I mean, Noob is a big wrap around here. Ulti's going to be onto Eva for sure. Yeah, they'll take the tower, but a few more TPs coming in. Ulti onto Hunter, and they'll delete Eva really quickly. Noob will die, however, but absolutely worth it there for a good kill on the carry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. $2K net worth still 13 to 11. Kills are pretty even. Net worth wise, you know, Ray and Dan have been climbing up. Actually, going to soon surpass. Both of them are soon going to surpass Lizard, it seems. Voka's actually done a really good job of farming. Like, he had a very rough lane, got harassed so much, but he's still going to have an Aghanims at a decent time, actually. For his first item there, it's really good. I think I'd like, you know, you've got God's Strength, you have Deso on TA. I'd like to see one of these teams kind of, you know, Roshan at 17 minutes is a little bit ambitious, but it's certainly not impossible. They're not too bad, like, Roche taking teams. You've got the tag team. Once again, you know, Deso's already completed, as well as you'll have the Invoker spells to play with. But it seems that with a Blink coming onto TA, maybe Dire want to take matters into their hands finally and play aggressively, but They see Tusk nearby, snooping about. Lena still hasn't died, by the way. 4-0 and 2 here on this Lena. Dire, scan out, know that Radiant are there.
Bottom tower is in danger.
They might think that they're doing Roshan. They can smoke if they want to. Both teams dancing around this Rosh. It's almost like, as I said it, they understood that, yeah, Roshan is a good objective to take. They see what's going on. The ulti from the Sven. Roots are coming through. Tusk getting controlled a little bit, but they go on to look TA. Nice blink away from TA, though, avoiding a lot of this damage. Can't say the same thing about the Tusk, though. Both fours are going to go down, but then the supports from Dire also go down. Lena, this might be the first death per her, actually. Double stun onto 2 heroes here, Ray and Dan. They're going to right-click, but there's an invis rune. They can't see the Lena. Lena avoids this, and now Eva's going to go down, unfortunately. She'll reveal herself again, and that... oh, my gosh. Oh, no. That invis rune was huge. Yeah, tip your friend. Why not? It was looking pretty good for Leto, right? The blink away from the TA was nice, and she thought she could reset in, but I think a lot of it depended on this Lena dying. If this Lena died here, that fight could have completely turned into the favor of Leto there. But man, they had an invis. She had an invis in a bottle. What are the odds? I mean, you've got a ward there now, X, but too little too late, I think. The respawn times are so low, so you know, keeping Roshan there is fine. There's no point of really pressuring it anymore. Uh-oh. Okay. Sunstrike, it is timed well, and that is a nice kill. I like that. Regardless of losing that fight, Leto, they're still... they'll smoke up and still want to play aggressively. Sven. There's the root. Dan does have a blade mail, and he will be the beefcake here to kind of kite them. And look at these roots happening onto Hunter. Snowball to reset and avoid a lot of this magical damage. That was beautiful from N. Resetting this fight. Now Hunter, ulti. X has to get out of the way. The fight's been split up a little bit. It looks like this pos 4 is going to go down. One hit should do it, and it certainly does with a beautiful crit. Now Donnie on the back foot. Shoo, one right click will do it. The ticking damage. And now another unfortunate fight for Leto, as here comes Lizard as well. They're dying one by one. The Invoker, Ray's gone. Dan, he'll go down as well. And the sole survivor being Eva. Ay. That is not good, man. They grabbed the Tormentor too. That snowball from Tusk avoiding so much magical damage, right? So Sven... I mean, I think he even held onto the BKB there, right? He didn't use it. Either it wasn't delivered to him, or he trusted that the Tusk would save him. But that is another blunder. I think it was the right move for Leto to be aggressive like that, but I guess I guess with that save there, that snowball. Now it's a 10k net worth lead. Ooh. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Vic. Sorry, I only saw the message now. It would have been overkill to go Rod of Atos, you know, this early. I still think, you know, he has queued it up. Rod of Atos Voker is good. And I think the way that he climbs back into this game on Ray is he just needs to get Sunstrike kills, right? So Root, Sunstrikes, and hopefully that's enough to kill somebody, right? One right click from the TA Deso. It should kill most people, right? So he's still going to go for this Rod, but I think, yeah, Ag's first up is really good. And it does dish out a lot of damage. We've seen it in these fights. Looks like we'll head down south now, as we've had enough attention up in the north section of the map, because Roshan is here. Yeah. Look at the confidence on this Lena, right? Walks up high ground, does have a shield and a fresh BKB. Blink on Tusk, blink on Shadow Demon. And, you know, I was saying during the draft that there's a lot of saves on souls here. And they haven't necessarily had to use them. Like, they haven't had to be defensive. And I think that's obviously because they've they've won most of their lanes, and they're at the forefront of, you know, how this game's progressing, right? They're in charge, as we can see here. Very much in charge. Dan also, the trees reveal him. Blade Mail, doesn't matter. You got a shielder and she'll right click him down. 7-0 this Lena. As the shoe is on the other foot, and we might, you know, it's looking a lot like we might have a 1-for-1 here, with both of these top teams kind of being pretty even.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So Roshan will be the prize. You want to contest this? Half HP, surely not. I mean, they do have Cataclysm. But your Underlord's not there. Your main brute isn't there. It's a beautiful... I mean, it's a really nice tornado there. And a lot of damage. Somebody could have maybe pinched that Aegis, but I don't think X wanted to blink into that. Or maybe it was on cooldown or something.
Tower is under attack.
That would have been a nice play if he pinched it. But I think X blinked forward already. And they couldn't quite see inside the pit either. Alright, Aegis on the Lena. Actually, Sven hasn't died either. Just highlighting that, right? Both of these cores have not died.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Crimson Guard. Good option, could be useful. Wonder if it's going to be enough though. Well, just before 25 minutes, or 11k up. 4 souls. They're going to use this Aegis to possibly take out these last tier 2s, or maybe breach high ground if they so desire. Donnie. Unfortunately, going to farm in the pathway of them. They'll get a cheeky kill on him there. They ping out Underlord. Actually, there's still this this tier 1 tower.
Scanning for enemy.
Didn't notice that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just trying to split them up. Yeah, Leto can't take them, like, 5-on-5. It's not possible, Aegis or not. They need to try to split the conflict up a little bit. And just prolong and delay this Aegis. Try to make sure they don't get as much as they can. Oh, Voka. TP away. Well done, Hunter was looking for him. Nice deep ward here from Noob. That's going to go undetected for a while. Any interesting items? Ghost Scepter should help against TA blinking onto him. TA was closing in on that Chrysalis. Gonna go for Lincoln's after. Harpoon queued up for Sven. What's Dawn going actually? This is interesting. So the pipe's finished on Dawn, not getting the Ags. I think going for BKB instead. I think that's fine actually. There's a lot of spells that root people and stuff, so I think yeah, picking the BKB over the Ags is fine this game. It's probably what I would do as well. Regardless of him having the shard, it's still really good. 2 minutes left on Aegis. Oh, they do scout out that ward.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, they might knock on the front door here. I mean, Dire gonna have to respond to this. You got a Lena. Oh, they quick kill onto the Dark Willow here. Gonna try their best to slow things down here from Leto. Just throwing their spells out. Harpoon's going to be really big for Sven. There's that BKB on Dawn finished off. I'm not sure what items are really going to help Dire right now. It's just going to be, I think it's all about positioning and kiting them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, this Aegis should expire, yeah. 30 seconds left. They don't have everybody. They can TP to help because of this outpost here, but they gotta be I think they should be a little bit more careful here on souls with how spread out they are. Well, 10 seconds on Aegis. Hunter shows mid. No smoke or anything coming through from either team.
Dire's courier has been killed.
There we go, Aegis expired. They've taken the tier 2. Oh, Sven's going to jump straight in here and go on to Dan with a BKB and absolutely delete him. And the damage from Eva is a lot. But now your Underlord, your main lockdown and well, supposedly beefy offlaner is gone. And he does it again. I mean, Hunter, he's making it look really easy. This damage actually is enough to kill him. The right clicks follow through and they actually lose him as a result though. 90 seconds without him. I mean, really good use of the Hurricane Pike, and now things are a little bit messy here. You still only have 3 heroes on Leto, but let's see if they feel confident enough to fight knowing that the Sven is gone, because now Shushu, he's in a bit of trouble too. The right clicks, is it enough? And it might very well be the Satanic. Was it clicked? It was, but it didn't matter. Eva, however, now getting gone on by these other heroes, and this is actually really big for Leto. As I guess they underestimated the amount of right click that this TA can dish out to the cause. Both deaths, or both of the first sets of deaths here, and I think Eva took them both out, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of gold to this TA.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
A small little win there. I mean, the net worth is still 9k, but we'll have a look at this graph because of that. Look at that percentage. From 76% down to 58. Shard going to Jakiro. I dare say now they're probably going to try to find this TA if anything. Oh. Well, Donnie will will bite the dust there. That area is still controlled by Radiant. Voka does have that Glepnia finished off. Underlord working on his own Ags here, which is gonna be done not quite yet. But now, I mean, with this this Lincoln Sphere could be a huge fight to like changer, where they'll try to go on him with either a stun from the Sven or something else, and it will not work out. Oh, speaking of Sven, there we go. He's gonna have to BKB and try to turn things around, but the Lincoln Sphere came through. Can they burst Eva? Eva actually living through most of it. No, will go down anyway. As Ray comes out with a lot of magical damage onto these heroes. Sven does get saved here. Noob helping him out. The snowball as well. They're preventing a lot of the damage, and Sven is probably going to live through this as a result. The stuns, the damage is not enough. They lose 2 on Leto so far. Make it 3. It was a nice attempt there, but yeah, the BKB. It seems like, Radiant were a little bit more careful in that fight, you know. With no high ground advantage as well. Just made it a bit easier for them to execute that. That, and I don't think everybody was nearby. I'm not sure if the Cataclysm was even used. Now Rax, mid-Rax exposed. Mid-Rax most likely going to go down here. They can go towards bottom if they want. 25 seconds without TA. Looks like multiple calls are being made. They will back off. Because Roshan is bottom. And with a double damage too. There's Roshan number 2, so we'll have the banner as well. Dire not really able to do anything about this. Especially not without their carry. Maybe they'll pick it up. Shushu will grab it. DD still on Shushu for 3/4 of its duration. And they just took Roshan. They, you guys got to be careful not to stick out for too long. There's Ray. I mean, Shushu just, look how aggressively she's pushing up. But I mean, oh, careful. BKB is available. Aegis as well. And a few right clicks will take out Donnie. Tusk. Eva, they got to try to get Eva out of there. They tried to trap Eva, but Eva did get out of harm's way, so very lucky for Dire. However, they can't prevent this from happening. This Rax, it's going to go down. Voka, looks like he was trying to get something done in the backlines. Did dish out a lot of damage to Sven, so Hunter a little bit low as a result of that. And Voka still, he wants to push and poke and prod at the backlines, but I mean, he's got to do it quickly. Because the rest of his racks are going to go down very soon. Lizard jumps in forward. X, he's going to go down with a nice walrus punch there. Here comes Sven. Unfortunately missing that tornado. Forces the BKB out from Sven. N hunting the Invoker. Such an awkward fight for Leto. Ray trying his best to try to draw some attention away from the rest of his team. But they got what they wanted, and the racks are gone. They can't megas yet, right? They've still got this tower here.
Hey!
No, Lizard, what are you gonna do? Oh, he just hits it. Okay. That's funny. Oh, but it reveals, it actually reveals Lizard, so Lizard will die. Die for farming that. It was all part of the plan. Godo, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for following, man. I hope you're having a great day and or night. So your Lincoln's is finished. Swift Blink and just going straight for the Divine Rapier. Now, I think this is fine. I hope he actually just gets the Divine instead of the upgraded Blink. I think it's kind of looking into that territory now. It's a very brave thing to do, but I think it's necessary. These BKBs on Radiant, though, are starting to dwindle. Actually, Lena's still holding on to hers for a bit. Because she's gotten every Aegis. $16K, 36 minutes. Shushu 8-1. Ben 11-1. This tier 2. It's the one thing standing between Radiant and potentially getting Mega Creeps here. I would hope that Dire just set up on a high ground defense. But it looks like they wanna defend this tier 2 here. They noticed it looks like bottom. Yeah, Ray gets caught out a little bit. No BKB for him, so he can't get out of harm's way. But that's the Dawn ult used, right? So Dawn is not going to be able to join this fight, and as a result, Dire looks like they want to take this fight against Radiant. Aegis, I mean, but here comes Noob's ready to help his carry out. And yeah, just can walk it off. Aegis, BKB, Pos 5 ready to save. What else can they do? It's a really hard code to crack here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're just gonna have to hold high ground.
Dire's top tower has
48 seconds left on Aegis. Dawn can join in about 20 seconds. The constant dispel and assistance here from Shadow Demon. It's so hard to play. It's so hard to kill anyone with all of these saves. They need to go past them. They need to try to take out this POS 5 first. Or the Tusk. It's actually a buyback on Invoker now as well. There's just so much security for Lina. Aegis everything, right? They can just reset so much. Sven does blink in a little bit awkwardly. There's a fear onto 2. And now the kills snowball to kind of save. Lina will drop Aegis 1, but Evoker just dies. That's a dieback on Ray. All the BKBs, including a BKB on N, right? A POS 4 with his own BKB. The roots are there, but it's not enough. And now, yeah, TA wants to get that Divine Rapier because they're just lacking that burst. No Voker for 90. One set of melee racks. And Lina just gonna right click away. Constant dispels, constant, Glimmer Cape's ready, Disruption's ready. They gotta move around this. It's just too hard. And I mean, even as Noob is just gonna aggressively give a bit of vision for the rest of them to jump Donnie. Donnie does buy back. Mega Creeps are almost secured. One more hit should do it. These are the right clicks coming through. Dodges it. Most of it. Dan. He'll go down. There's the kick. Eva. Now in a lot of trouble. 4 staff. Can they get this carry out of harm's way? The Divine Rapier is ready on Eva. You have no... 3 heroes are gone without buyback. Megas are secured. Even with Rapier, what can you do? They're not... Oh, he just walks into a root, unfortunately, and this is going to be a Rapier on the deck. Ultra kill for Shushu. GG gets cool. Yeah, it was so hard. There was just so much security behind. So much save ready. They needed to wrap behind them. It was just so hard to do that. Awesome. Souls take game 2, so 1-1, right? It's a draw. I don't know if that means another game is going to be like played at one point or something, but yeah. Nah, really, that was really good. Really well played. Wonder if any other games are happening. We shall see. We shall see. Man, there was one little fight where it went pretty good, and that was mainly because I think Souls underestimated the TA when she got the so she had Deso and then she got the fresh Daedalus, and yeah, it ended up in a little bit of a victory for them, but yeah, it ultimately wasn't quite enough to climb back in. And I think the draft was, the later the game went on, just the amount of saves, and you could see with that final push, right? Like, how do you crack this combo here? They were just ready with everything. They needed to have some really crazy kind of wraparound play. Something like very ambitious to happen. We have a game 3. Do we have a game 3? Is that what happens? They do a third game? Right? Because it's the same scores, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wait, what does it say in the round robin thing? Yeah, does it become a, where is it? Yeah, it is a game 3, right? These are game 3s. Ah, that's awesome. Aha! No, there is a game 3. We have a third. This will be the decider. I wasn't sure how the structure worked. That's really exciting. Ooh, hell yeah. Alright, let's have a look, right? Let's have a look. If there's any other... Damn, I hate this this search thing, eh? There's still a lot of different games going on. Looks like they've straight away gone into the next one. Yeah, everyone's on point here. Everyone's very, very speedy, very quick. Yeah, this is a really hype game. For sure. I'm gonna get a bit of water, so I'll be right back. But, this should load up very soon. We might do a Dota all in the meantime, right? If you guys don't know what that is, I'll show you. It's really fun. Just give me 2 seconds, and we'll participate in something together, right? Or you guys can just watch. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, what is Dota all? I'm glad you guys asked that, right? Let's show. Let me show you. Let me show you. Dota le or Dota all. Alright, oh, the draft is up. Alright, we'll do this really quickly, okay? We'll do this really quickly. And we'll have the draft in the background. And I'll have some synthwave music just to kill the ambient noise a little bit. Right, we'll do some synthwave, copyright-free kind of stuff. Alright, we'll do a bit of Dota all. We have to. Drow. Female, carry, agility. Carry, agility. Ursa. Male, carry, agility. Range type. Oh, troll, right? Why is the range type mixed? It's got to be troll warlord. Boom, easy. Easy guess. Haha. Alright, next game. Quote. The magic ends here. Anti-mage. Easy, haha. Right? We're smart. Big brain. Big brain. Next. Quickly, before the draft starts. Techies. Haha. I'm on a roll today. This is really good. Loading screen. This one's usually hard. What the hell is that? Legion? Sand King. Bat Rider. What is that? That's not even a hero. Is it a wing? Night Stalker. Doom. Oh my god. Hold on, we can guess this. We can guess this. The hero's not even on it. There's no hero there. What the shit? I'm just gonna start typing random heroes. This is hard. This one. It's like a weird color, murky color. Did I say Sand King? I started with Sand King, didn't I? Beastmaster. Primal Beast. Primal Beast. What is this loading screen, dude? It's giving me nothing. It's a wing. Viper. Who has wings? It's none of these heroes. Visage. Who has... Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Queen of Pain. Look at that. Look at that wing for Queen of Pain. You wouldn't expect that to be Queen of Pain. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's turn the synthwave off. Okay, game 3. This is the decider. This is it. Whoever wins this is the best. The whole competition's over after this. I'm kidding. There's more. There's plenty of more Dota. Speaking of more, you're gonna want a little bit more reserve time than that. 40 seconds. These guys are thinking pretty hard. Leto with only 35 seconds left on their reserve time. We have a Tusk. We have a Jakiro. Two pretty high meta heroes that have been in this series, both of them. Do we have a disconnect or something? No, they just thought very hard about it. And we'll get a Muerta. Which I wonder if this Muerta is just a little bit of a cheesy pick and it's going to be the carry eventually. Because they thought long and hard about it on Leto. Well, they'll have it anyway. So now we have next pick here for Souls. Understanding that, I mean, Muerta, Jakiro, as a support duo, it's actually quite strong. Can help, they can set each other up very well. Muerta still could very well be the carry though. Yeah, why not? Go back with the Dawn. And yeah, they've just gotten all 3 heroes again. They've let them keep them, right? Tusk, Dawn, Shadow Demon again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leto not banning out any of the previous heroes that just beat them. Either very brave or very foolish of them, you could say. Perhaps they're confident that they can beat this draft.
Must choose.
We'll have a Bristleback. A little bit more of an active POS 3. Once again, can be flexed to the POS 1. Which I think that's what Leto are trying to do. I think they're trying to bait some picks out here and shuffle some heroes around.
5 seconds. Radiant's turn to pick.
Invoker.
They go with the Invoker again. Ray still wanting to do it. We'll just pick it a little bit later. And there's the Viper. Yeah, that's a good Viper pick. Absolutely. Viper is great against all of these heroes. All of these heroes here. Muerta, Bristle, Invoker. Even if this is a... you can't have this be the carry Muerta anymore. I mean, Souls have a pretty good draft here.
10 seconds remain.
I'm not sure why it's not showing Souls having 1 victory, but...
It is Radiant's man.
Dude, yeah, they let them have all 3 of these heroes again, so they must be pretty confident on Leto that they can kind of they can go toe to toe against this trio. This is a strong lineup here.
10 seconds.
This is a mid to late game lineup that is really powerful, right? The saves it's just huge.
Remain.
So unless I mean, and they don't have any team fight on Leto to kind of like make it harder. Like, this is. I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried for them. I think this Viper pick was really good as well. It's good in lane. It's good against Bristle. It's good against Muerta if they wanted it to. Like I said, if they wanted it to be a core Muerta. I don't think they can make it a core Murta anymore.
10
They've got too many ways to avoid.
5 seconds.
I don't know if it really matters what carry. I mean, you could go Life Stealer. They could. Could they go for the Sven again? Sure, they could.
Dire's turn to pick.
Monkey King.
Okay, Monkey King. Maybe wanting to go toe to toe and heal up against the Bristleback. If this is the 3 Bristle, I don't mind it. Yeah, okay.
Clinks.
They'll go Clinks here as their carry. Clinks is pretty decent actually, because the saves that I was talking about, it's a little bit harder. Like in the later game, it's a little bit harder to swiftly avoid a lot of the Clinks damage, right? It's very quick, especially if he gets an Orchid. I think this is like a Deso Orchid Clinks game. Or he could skip Deso and just go like Orchid crits or something, but I don't know why you wouldn't go Deso. I still think I like Soul's Draft.
5 seconds remain.
Yeah. I think I still like Soul's Draft. I wonder if I mean they know the Shadow Demon, the Tusk, and the Dawnbreaker, right? They were ready for it. I wonder if they're going to change up their style a little bit more. Or possibly, like, if they can help Ray with his lane. Because they'll probably try to collapse onto Ray a little bit early, just like the last game. We shall see. We strategy timing. We coming in soon. There we go. Excellent. All right. So the best of 3, the final game here between Souls and Leto. With Souls just taking that last game there. And Leto took game 1. Both teams undefeated in a series. Both teams having their first loss in the last few hours.
The time for
And now it's time to decide who's the victor here in this stage. Who's going to come on top? Like I highlighted before, both teams, it's not going to affect their standing, where they stand, I don't think. But if anything, this is a really good confidence boost and morale boost for the team, because these are, alongside of that 5X team. I'm not sure if that was the name of them, but that other team in the other group. These are the strongest teams that we've seen so far. It appears, right? Well, Souls, they'll smoke up pretty early and head towards the triangle. There's a late smoke from Leto. Stun onto Dan, and they'll set up on him. And that is a dead pos 3 there, with Shushu picking up first blood.
30 seconds and counting.
I can see, I mean, I really think that this game is going to maybe go similar to the previous game.
Welcome to this Dota match.
But I mean, Leto, they let this trio go through again. And this time, yeah, they'll have a Clinks, but I don't see it being much different than the previous game. Clinks and TA are kind of similar heroes in what they do, right? They kind of burst really quickly. They reveal themselves and burst. So either go, this is going to be a very similar lane to before. I don't think it's going to be much different. If anything, I think Eva might be in a bit more hot water, right? There's less survivability on this Clinks. Meanwhile, bottom, I haven't quite seen it in a while, the carry monkey. He actually did level up Boundless Strike, so despite Dan losing first blood, the lane and the creeps should go favoring Dire's, at least the first few moments. You can't really trade with him yet. Once the Jingu Mastery comes in, you can probably trade. Yeah, I'm not sure if the lifesteal is enough against Bristle. I don't think it is, but... see. Meanwhile, mid. Ray back on the Evoker again. Shushu on another hero that is kind of lane dominant here and should actually go, be victorious here, at least in the trade-off. And I mean, speaking of which, look at that damage again. It's quite rough. The question is Leto ready and prepared to send heroes mid if they try to go aggressively again? Right? Because what happened to Ray last game? Hold that thought. Might actually have another kill here, and quite low. The right clicks the snowball to reset, but he's going to go towards Donny, wanting to maybe get a kill, and will go down. Now, what happened last game was a bit rough for Ray. So I wonder if they're going to be a little bit more ready and anticipating it. 3-minute Lotuses in about 30 seconds time.
The dire scan, on the hunt for radiant forces.
Bit of a better start actually here, as Tusk is getting tipped by... what happened? Did he try doing? He tried doing it again. Yeah, very similar move to last game, but it looks like Ray, he kind of already thought something was up. So a bit of wasted time and energy here. This Tusk going is only level 2, and they actually lose the Lotus because of it with Jakiro. And they send a noob here too. Oh, TP out. Oh, not quick enough. A lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted time for Radiant. Or is it wasted? They're going to commit to Eva, but... I mean, the Lotus is ready for Eva here. This is not good, I don't think. Sunstrike. Doesn't quite land. It's a little bit sloppy, but... ultimately, it's just resources being... overly committed here from Radiant, and it's not resulting in anything. And in fact, N's still level 2. He wants to make it worth it. They want to kill Eva. Noob as well. These two supports are going to be very underleveled. They better make sure it's worth it. I mean, Donny's ready with a Healing Lotus and a very early infused raindrop, so... once again, no shards to trap. You've got the snowball, though. I think Donny's maybe going to live through this. Actually, hold that thought. It should die, actually, but... is it going to be worth it? Because you've got Eva as well as X now. They trade off a support there. Just gets a kill for Eva. Meanwhile, down bottom... looks like Hunter doing pretty good here. Dan pulling the creeps. Oh, that's a lot of CS missed now. They're going to commit to this. The slows onto Dan. Dan, no wand or anything, does have boots of speed, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to save him. No mana to help out. No, he'll get out of there. Sunstrike comes through. Biting off a little bit too much. But look at this mid lane. Very similar to last game, right? Viper against Voka. Voka seeming to be Ray's kind of the sacrificial lane in this series, it seems. However, he's avoided death so far, which is really good. You'll really want to hope that you get a rotation early. So instead of the supports focusing on Ray mid, they seem to have kind of rotated top. It didn't quite work out for them. I like this early orb.
Bottom tower.
Alright, well. Yeah, again, just shutting down Ray's game and deja vu. We're in a fever dream here. This happened last game. It's going to happen again. However, Dire, they sniff it out. They're ready. X is nearby. Is it enough to save him, though? The ulti from the Viper is just in range there. As they trap him, they break him, they dish out as much as they can, and they kill him. And they trade away their POS 3, but, I mean, their POS 5, sorry. Shushu, though, I mean, they've brought the POS 3. X, he'll go down as well. But they'll lose Shushu to Dan.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Alright, they were ready that time, but it's still not enough to save your mid laner, but
Tower is under attack.
get a little bit of a trade-off. It's still, yeah. Actually, they get more gold. Viper's worth a lot more. 3 and 1, so 7-minute runes, Hunter. On to X here. We'll see who wants to stick around and rumble, as the numbers game is advantaged towards Radiant. The heals isn't enough. The ulti coming out from the Monkey King. Sunstrike doesn't quite connect in time. The supports, they have to back out of this ulti from the Wukong's command. Dan also. And they'll concede. The XP will go towards Radiant. It looks like they got both. Much needed too, seeming as both supports were a little bit low on XP. God, N is such an annoying guy. Constantly just on the edge of this this wave here. Or this vision here. 4 for 5, 1k, both supports come in. Got some pretty decent stacks here, but oh no, Noob. He scouts it out. They can absolutely take it with the Viper if he gets a couple levels in Nether Toxin. Bristleback's gonna have to take this. Yeah. They're aware of Radiant going towards it. Well, Noob. Sunstrike. Not quite landing, but he will go down to the right clicks. Meanwhile, Tusk finds Dan farming away. The ulti coming out from the Dawnbreaker to come in. Lizard. Can he get a stun onto these heroes? He doesn't have enough mana yet. They're getting kited and controlled. However, the poison Viper huck-tooing on them, spitting away. Hunter comes in as well. Monkey through the tree lines. And we have a 2 for 2 trade. Ray, he'll go down, make it a 2 for 3. As a tip comes out from the Monkey, there must have been a nice play happening to the right-hand side. Dan took a little bit of his stacks, but unfortunately, these Ancients, Hunter and Shushu, as well as Lizard, they'll take it. This is really good for Radiant. Not only do they win the trade-off, but they take and steal right from their under their noses some of those stacks there.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
Big net worth swing in their way. The only positive thing coming out of this is Clinks has had some free farm alone, right? So that's something. Speaking of, we'll have a look at the net worth. Viper at the top. Eva doing a pretty good job. 62 last hits, going for that Desolator first. You'd like to see a little bit more tower hits, but as soon as I say it, they realize it's time to kill this Clinks. Dust is there, the trap is there as well. No more way of getting out of this, perhaps. No, nice stun here from Donnie, Viper. They'll have to settle for Donnie. Didn't have any Death Pact, he already used both of them.
Radiant have fortified their structure.
Clinks gets away, which is, that's fine.
Tower is under attack.
Very similar start to his last game, Ray. So he's not, so he's used to this, you know, get the Midas, farm up, see what he can do. I wonder if he'll go for Ags first up or if he'll go for the Rod this time. The reason why I asked this is because, you know, last time you had the Underlord and some other heroes to set up with the roots. This time you don't have as much setup. In fact, you have very little setup. Very little stuns. Clinks, nice TP away.
Thank
Bot tower. Shadow Demon TPing in. Should be able to set up for the Monkey King onto X. The silence is there. Nice defensive use of your spells. X might still go down. He's got 2 stacks of the poison. He'll be alright. 1k net worth, 8 to 7 at 11 minutes into this final game.
Diaglyph is now active. There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
Viper, 4 and 1, going for the Manta style as his first official item.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
They want to open up this top tower, but I don't think Dire... It looks like they are not willing to concede it right now. They want to give Eva as much space as he can have. So they'll push themselves here, and this is a nice kill if they can find Shu. But Shu is in the tree lines, avoiding and possibly breaking the smoke. Actually, he doesn't know that they're all still there. But Radiant, they've brought some heroes as well. Look, Monkey. Oh, this can be really bad for Leto right now. Donnie, the smoke's not quite getting revealed. It will break now. Donnie, he's going to run right into Hunter. Hunter, ulti comes through. The Dawn connects as well, and they do lose the pos 5. Yet again, Eva does get out of harm's way. It's the best case scenario for Dire to just lose the pos 5. As they're rotating every hero from Souls. As top tower does go. Still no deaths on Clinks. Soon to have that Desolator. Meanwhile, just north of the mid tower, they do catch X off guard a little bit. We have a Sunstrike. Oh, where was that? Up top. Onto Lizard. Eva getting the last hit. Really nice. Desolator, a pretty decent time too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dolls make short work of this mid tower.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
As we might see them contest the 14-minute XPs, which is about 20 seconds away. So both of them will be spawning. Let's not forget that Radiant did pinch both of them the first time around. We'll see if they can maybe continue with this, and they certainly will. Look at this, the smoke. Dire maybe wanting to do something similar, but they're a little bit late to the party. Deep ward. And now they'll move themselves towards here. Dan is farming a stack nearby. But they'll get another set of XPs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A lot of XP advantage here for Radiant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, both teams kind of mimicking each other's actions here, just pressuring opposite ends of the map, maybe trying to see if anybody is poking their head out a little bit too much.
Dire have fortified their structures against attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think there's a little bit more, regardless of them being ahead, I think there's a little bit more pressure here for Radiant to get a few kills on this Clinks, because he's very quickly farming. And he's going to dish out a lot of damage soon. However, the net worth, Monkey King Maelstrom's completed. Mjolnir is the next item after that. And they've postured themselves here, taken over the triangle. As it looks like they want to pressure both of these sets of tier 2s. But look at this XP advantage here. I mean, level 5 on the pos 4. Meanwhile, you've got level 7 here on the Shadow Demon, and Tusk level 8. That's so much XP, just making it such a big advantage for Radiant. They want to try to de-ward it. Tusk kind of scouts out X, and this might be an opportunity for them. Yeah, I mean, he'll de-ward, but he'll get punished straight away with a nice uppercut. Oh, Noob has a haste rune, and he finds the Invoker ulti thrown onto him. And Noob's just going to dance around Ray right now. The others aren't able to connect, but it looks like we've got an engagement up top a little bit as Donnie... I mean... Story of Donnie's life here is get down, Eva. I'll take the death for you. This has happened 3 times now. Get down, Mr. President. Being that sacrificial lamb. All benefiting Eva here and giving Eva the opportunity to just get out of harm's way. Nice deep ward here from Noob as he left. They're slowly pushing in on Souls. They're slowly starting to block out some of the circulation here from Leto, and their breathing room is just not there. Roshan number 1, 17 minutes in. It'll take him a little bit longer than the previous game, but they'll still get it regardless. Hunter. Oh, they find Donnie again. And Shushu picks up Aegis. Tusk. Use up the blink. We have a Vladimir's offering on Dawn. Don't know if there's much of a... Look at the difference in XP and stuff from the supports here. Dan kind of been left to his own devices a little bit. Sanj and Yasha. The problem here is, you know, Viper's a really good hero against Bristle as well as the Shadow Demon. Bristle's done pretty good, but I'm a little bit not sure around like how he fits into this draft, because they can kite this Bristle pretty easily. You know, Viper can ulti him, Shadow Demon can ulti him, Shadow Demon can disrupt him. You know, a Bristle running at you is not much of a scary problem. Finally, they take down the Clinks. They do manage to get a kill on him, and the rest of the team did come in to try to help out. Lizard, Sunstrike does connect. He's actually quite low. A few right clicks should do it. Is he going to get out of harm's way? He certainly will, and he will live to see another day. Noob getting quite low himself. He'll live as well. Actually, Donnie dishes out the ulti, but it's not enough to kill Lizard, or is it? He still lives through that. Meanwhile, 3 heroes are gone. But with most of the items, or the kiting items used, Dan does get a few kills. But look at Viper just spitting at him. The fear, the dispel, okay. We'll have a look at the recap there, because a lot happened. Yeah, ultimately though.
Top tower is under attack.
See a lot of gold going towards Stoles.
To their top tower.
Monkey King, Viper remain at the top of the net worth. Monkey King actually not dying yet. Decides to not go for the Mjolnir straight up, and it looks like he's going to get a BKB soon. Now Clink's got a very early Desolator, but with no charges on it. The value of it isn't that good right now. I want to see him get a few kills with it. Yeah, gone Ags, same build as before. I think the Blink Dagger is a new addition here for Ray. You know, to blink away is quite important. 20-minute Tormentor. We'll go towards Tusk, which they actually run right into some enemies there. Not really respecting how low they were. Except the ulti from the Dawn was used as well. So Clinks does finally gets a charge on his Desolator. But it's still 4k net worth ahead. 1:40 on Aegis. They're gonna move towards this tier 2 top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monkey's got the shield rune. They actually smoke here. This is quite brave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Because they know they still have Aegis for another minute. Monkey, they do see where Monkey is. Clink's leading the fray as well. Dan also nearby. And Monkey, he still has a little bit of the shield room, but he's very much isolated. However, no, hold that thought. Disruption coming out from the north. Can they keep him alive? Hunter trying to dish out as much or get out of harm's way. No, they take him. Was it worth it though? Can they get any more? And now Tusk with a beautiful trap onto two heroes. And look, Viper's just going to spit away Eva. They have to turn and fight, it seems, here. As they're going to go onto Shu. Nice stun here onto Shu. Shu, 40 seconds of Aegis. He will go down one time. Dire, they got to respect this and back off, though. They can't do it again. Oh, dear. Awkward time to pause. Now, they killed the monkeys, which was good. Took out the Viper's Aegis once. They're kind of low on resources. They probably can kill this Tusk, though. I think this was a little bit of a tunnel vision from Tusk here. He's gone forward, wanting to set up for something. But it looks like he'll probably... He does have a snowball, actually. If he snowballs quick enough, he...
One of my favorites.
What are we talking about? Bristle. This is a bit hard because it's a very bad time to pause, because I wonder if, you know, now Tusk, you know, they've got the ward there, so he sees Clinks, but I wonder if in the time he would have seen Clinks before he got hit. Yeah, he was snowball straight away. The ulti coming out from Dawn, and a Lotus will put Eva into harm's way. However, they will take N. Eva unable to get out of there. Clinks, can he kill him? Oh no. He's okay. Damn, that's a shame. That pause time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Eventually going to get a blink on the Viper, which is interesting. I don't often see blink on Viper. I wonder if it's just to, you know, get away from Bristle. Right, ulti, walk away, blink into someone else, or blink past the Bristle and get someone else. Donnie. 0, 8, and 7. It's a rough time to be a Jakira right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think in a few of these fights they have held off on like using Demonic Purge and Viper Strike. I think one of these spells, it needs to be used on Bristle, otherwise Bristle's having, you know, such a free game. They can't be dispelled, either of them. So despite him having the Lotus Orb, he should be able to still run at them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Aghanim Scepter, yeah, I can see Shadow Demon. Eventually, after the blink, we'll have that Aghanims, which will break. I mean, they've also already got the break from Shushu, but... Yeah, okay, they can kill him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's huge.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Bristle dead. Smoke from 2. Looks like they're going to TP bottom.
Is under attack.
Ooh, nice defensive dead shot there from X. If they can dodge most of this, there's a nice TP out.
Scanning for enemies.
Yeah, good job.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Kind of similar thing to last game. We're going to continue to see this Viper, or Shushu, sorry, as well as Hunter at the top of the net worth. And Eva trying to play catch up. Oh, Viper blinks forward. Onto Donny. Donny with a nice TP out. I wonder if he'll still tick down. He should be okay in the fountain here. Narrowly avoiding death. Speaking of death, Eva, dusted, pushes him away, tries to create a bit of distance between him and Hunter, but Hunter, as his name suggests, is hunting, though he decides to eat some delicious fruits instead. He is a monkey after all, right? He likes to eat the delicious flowers and berries and whatnot. Well, they know there's no Monkey King here on Dire. Uh-oh. Well, now it's Eva's turn to try to hunt, but you are... It is a Dawnbreaker, a decent amount of armor to her. I guess the Sunstrike set up as well, and we'll see if it's enough. Lizard turns around and he does dodge the actual stun, the ulti coming through, and it's not enough to kill him. The snowball save as well, and oh my gosh, there's the other save too. And this is what I mean about this draft. He will eventually go down. They kill him, but man, that is not worth it. They let these three heroes go through in the second draft. Snowball save, disruption save, the ulti went off as well. And all whilst this happens, they'll find another kill here on X. Damn, that is really not what you wanted to happen if you were Clinks just then.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Donny. Fire and lava versus ice. Ice appears to win right now. Evoker, do they have detection? Dust, it does clip him. Blood grenade as well. He doesn't have a stun though. Can anyone come and stun him? No. He finally gets out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gracias.
Like Dan.
Radiant are scanning for
He's up top.
enemies.
Monkey King. Oh no, he's gonna find
Tower
Eva.
is under attack.
Eva notices Monkey King. But do they notice him? They do have a sentry ward. And with these skeleton archers, they'll probably have... Noob will probably put one down soon. Yeah. Quite lucky there for Eva. If he was a little, you know, a few seconds too late, he would have maybe run into the ward there. Roshan, number 2, so he will let out that blood-curdling roar as he's getting attacked right now. Monkey King dust used onto Eva. The rest of his team are not quite there, though they can connect in time, or at least Lizard can connect, as now the stuns from the neutral creeps unfortunately hitting Eva, and Eva, he'll go down. The Sunstrikes aren't enough, all while Shushu takes Roshan as well, and this is such a disaster here for Leto, as they're going to lose multiple heroes, and Roshan will go to the Viper. That neutral creep stunning, that is so rough. I'm not sure if it mattered really. I think he was probably going to die anyway. Loser will have a hard battle against X5. Yeah, X5 seemed to be pretty on point as well. But that's exciting. I'm keen to see either of these teams verse them.
Dire's middle tower
But it's looking like it might be... I'm not sure if it's a random draw still. But it's looking like it might be Souls.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
10k net worth, 29 minutes approaching. As just before this half an hour mark, the top racks, they're sniffing it out on Radiant. There is a nice defensive ward here from Dire. I mean, he's got ages. What else can you do here? They want to try to kill someone like N.
Tower is under attack.
Donny trying to set up. Oh, the stun doesn't quite connect, but that's a lot of damage coming out. And I feel like I'm watching the last game. It's a very similar thing, you know. We've got Eva on this right click heavy carry here,
Bottom tower is under attack.
but I think with the saves yet again, you know, it kind of outweighs what they've got on Dire. They can kind of just kite around. They've got blinks, they've got slows, they've got so much here. It's kind of hard for Dan to chase anyone down. Well, Radiant, they scan out. Blink forward, Viper. Ulti onto Dan, he can't dispel it off, so he's broken for a while. He will live through it though. Heals coming out onto Shushu. Shushu also has the Aegis anyway. He'll lose his first life. Pos 5 does go down, so this might be an opportunity for Dire to get something done. Shushu feared. Punch up, they do manage to kill the Muerta, so a support for a support so far, as here comes Hunter, jumping through, also has the ulti, doesn't need to use it, as they take out the 2 supports on Dire. Dire's still sticking around outside. Be careful, you're gonna hold the high ground, surely. Tornado lands onto 2, the draining of mana, so we have Dan, they're going to start chasing, and yet again, they'll punch him around, but they do lose the Viper very quickly. Evo narrowly avoiding getting jumped on himself, and with Viper dead, it might be time to pull the plug if you're Radiant. Lizard, he's probably going to go down here. Good little kind of dragging out the fight from Dire there.
You have my respect. No more games.
That's a huge swing in their direction of gold. That's really good. Going to market. All right, have fun at the market. Have fun. It is, yeah, Saturday market, so that should be good. I don't think I've been to a market in years. I don't leave my house. That's crazy. I go to work, I go to gym. That's all I do. And then I play Dota. Alright, Tormentor. Will yet again spawn here. Alright, Daedalus completed on Eva. He high-fives his courier. It's time to hunt people down now.
I am mighty.
Who's Shard? Oh. Shard going to Noob, which is a really good one. Cleansing yet again. Dispelling his allies and healing them. Voka, meanwhile, Glepnia is finished from him. Refresher is the next item that he wants to go for. We have 4 staffs on both carries. Oh, sorry, both supports. Aghanims on Muerto, eventually giving the dead shot more damage and being able to ricochet, piercing through people too.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
But just as these guys get items, like, you know, we get the Deso and the Daedalus combination here, it's so much damage, but most of Radiant, they're just a few steps ahead, right? They're just a few items ahead, with very early Ghost Scepter picked up yet again from Noob, and he's got his Blink Dagger as well. Dire holding the high ground. BKB eventually. What's Bristle trying to build here? Aeon Disc. He's gonna... Okay. I like this. Let's see how this works, right? Now, it's a very common trick that we've seen people use. The Dispel and the save there. The smoke on smoke action. Dire, they've got the advantage. Tusk very bravely blinks forward. Doesn't quite catch Eva. So now, double Tornado. This could be a really good opportunity here, but the Monkey's Wukong's command's going to look really nice as well. Ulti coming out from Lizard. They delete the Invoker. He's not even in this fight. He couldn't get anything off. He did a Tornado and a Mana Drain, and that was it. He was deleted. Gone. Donnie, meanwhile, also dies. It was... They get a return kill onto N, but that looks like a good scenario for Dire. They're going to choose to stick it out, it seems, and continue to fight. He's ready to unlock with that Aeon Disc. Viper aggressively blinking forward. Eva, can they fight this still? They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But they'll settle. They'll settle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He blinked up there and, yeah, I guess there was still a little bit too much distance. He eventually died, but... yeah. There we go, XP. Scardy on Monkey. Monkey gonna go for a refresher. So 2 Wukong's commands. I'm a little bit hesitant on this sort of this build here because let's not forget Viper, like both of them have Scardies, which is fine, right? Scardy gives you a lot of stats, it gives, you know, health reduction, it's good against people like Bristleback. However, without any major damage items, right? Because now you're going a refresher on him. Viper's gone for a blink and is going for an upgraded Yules. I've got a feeling that there is going to be a time. Well, that time is now. Clinks absolutely outright clicks anyone in this game right now. No questions asked. And I wonder if one time they're going to go onto Clinks, or they're going to go onto someone like the Invoker, which unfortunately Invoker did die previously. But I wonder if they're going to lack a little bit of right click and it might turn the game around, or the fight at least around. They might regret not getting that next damage item. Because it looks like both carries are kind of opting away from the right click. It might not matter, right? It might not matter. You know, you got the poison, you got the tag team from Tusk. There's multiple things that kind of make up for it. Oh, Clinks. It looks like he got spotted. The dust didn't quite connect though. It's a shielder in on the Monkey. Narrowly avoiding death there. Oh, Clink's got to be careful. He notices Monkey wants to try to kill Noob. But probably not the best thing to do. Yeah, he'll just cut the wave and leave. Oh. No, he cancels. Yeah, he cancels it. And this is this is not good for Eva. Eva's gonna go down here. That was very, I mean, pretty greedy to... As he TP'd away, his Skelly boys kind of revealed him. And Monkey I think Monkey just anticipated he'd be TPing out. So, a very unfortunate death here. Meanwhile, N gets spotted by Voka, but Voka doesn't have any friends nearby. Oh no, blinks forward. Viper then cuts him off and blinks as well. He can use him, but he will finally do it. Almost made it out of there, and that's Voka going down as well. And that just opens up an opportunity for Roshan number 3. So Cheese and Aegis, as well as the Refresher Shard and the banner. And damn, that was... Those 2 deaths might be the beginning of the end here for Leto. I mean, I'm talking very early, right? We're only 38 minutes in. It is only 13k net worth, but those were huge deaths in the last few moments. As now they've got yeah, they've got Refresher and all that sort of stuff. They'll have it on the Monkey King, and oh, they took Dan. I wasn't quite watching, sorry. It looks like they took out Dan bottom. And there's actually a gem on the deck there. I'm not sure if anyone noticed. Yeah, nobody knows that the gem's there. You might run into it here, no? There we go. Nope, he doesn't know. Oh, he got it! Nice. No, I'm not letting you have that. Pinches the gem, but meanwhile, your base is crumbling. You got a whole minute without your Bristleback. Oh, ulti, dust. He pushes himself out of harm's way, but he is trapped a little bit. However, oh, they're going to commit to it. And I think it's going to work. I mean, Eva, yeah, he'll go down. And that's Monkey King with 1 Wukong's command. He has another one because he's instantly popped that Refresher Shard as well. So Clinks is dead. Voka goes down as well on the edge of the Wukongs. Nobody dying. Actually, we do lose the Tusk, but he's brought back. He's going to come back in. Mid-Rax will go down. 16, 17k Hunter dumps forward, has a another BKB, and they're going to go for the victory here. I mean, if Clinks had buyback, he'd be using it by now. Fortification used.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to try to finish the game. They want to finish this series up. They want a 2-0 Leto right now. Monkey King jumps into some stun, but he has that extra BKB as well as another Wukong's holding them all into their own base. You guys can sit there and watch your base crumble as the shard on the Viper. He's spitting on the Ancient. He says, as now it looks like they're going to take game 3. As Souls 2-1 against Leto. Breaking the win streak and, you know, determining, at least in this this first initial stage, who's coming out on top. So well played by them, well played. A very brave play. They went onto the Clinks there, they committed to him, and yeah, they managed to take him out under the tier 4s. It's a bit tricky. They let them have the Tusk, these saves, you know, they had so many saves. And I'm not saying that that's what won them the game, but man, I think they should have maybe at least banned out one of these heroes. Yeah, 13-1 on Hunter, well done. Alright, well that's that, eh? Let's have a look if there's any other ones happening. No, we're done skis, are we? Is that everything? Yeah, everything's happened. Everyone's played. Let's have a look at the score, eh? Let's have a look. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay. I'll click refresh. Alright, so let me make it, I'll go a bit down more. Yeah, we're completed now. Looks like CZ 2-0'd Baraka. Cringe 2-0'd Avalanche. There was a forfeit here, so X5 are at the top as well. And we've just finished this series, so it was 2-1 going towards Souls there. Last chance, that's already been done. So that's all the stages done, right? What are we gonna see some the main tournament soon? There's no other matches to happen, I don't think. Yeah. This X5 gaming team have not dropped a game at all. Who are these guys? So it seems like the three competitive, like the three teams to kind of watch here. Honestly, as well, I mean, Cappy Zebra as well. Get some good victories here. Who on this team? Where are they? Did they rename it? No, here they are. Alright, awesome. Well, I guess that's it from me, eh? I'm kind of a little bit done skis now. Just seeing who's on what team here. Alright. I'm sure the admins and whoever's connected to the Liquidpedia, this will be updated soon for us all. I don't know if they do a random draw as to who versus who, if it's meant to be one team from one standing, or Group A or Group B, if it's meant to be. But, you know, some people do it differently. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm a little bit tired, because I worked until, you know, until now. So I will see you guys next time if I do cast. Unfortunately, you know, it's kind of hard for me to cast because of the time difference. It does leave me very tired and I'm often at work. So regardless, I appreciate Get Good for letting me kind of jump in and have fun with this. It's been really cool to watch, right? And I'm looking forward to more. Either I cast it or not, I don't care. I just love watching some good Dota. So, and that's, I've already seen plenty of that, right? So, thank you, everybody. I might be online a little bit later. I'm going to go to the gym and have a sleep after that. And maybe I'll play some Dota or I often play like spooky horror games sometimes, so I might do that. I'm not sure. See what I'm in the mood for, okay? Alright. Thank you, thank you. Be kind to one another. Drink plenty of water. Pet a cat. If you see a cat on the street, pet it, regardless of if it hisses at you. I have TikTok and you know, YouTube Shorts that I sometimes post as well. All right, so fare thee well. I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a good one. I liked your casting, sir. Have a good one. Thank you. That's very nice of you. That's very cool. I appreciate it, man. I will, yeah, I might see you guys next time. Fare thee well.